Today we got two of the most powerful, most feared villains in Marvel Universe going head to head. Or I guess you could make an argument for anti-heroes. Magneto versus Doctor Doom. Who comes out on top? Well, let's find out.
Eyes up. Stay sharp. Stay down. Final warning. I could do this all day.
Among the most powerful, recognizable, and infamous mutants to inhabit the planet Earth, Magneto was the X-Men's first major nemesis. Now known as a revolutionist and a terrorist, Magneto has fought for the X-Men as many times as he's been against them. Magneto's mutant power gives him mastery over all forms of magnetism. He can draw on the magnetosphere of the planet and can perceive all the magnetic forces on Earth and even the bioelectrical patterns in all living beings. Eric can also do a ton of different things with these powers. Most famously, control and manipulate any metallic object and reshape it or really do whatever he wants with it. This even includes the most indestructible metals like the adamantium in Wolverine's bones. He's even able to manipulate the smallest magnetic particles in the universe, going so far as to rip out any ferrous elements from a person's body through their tissue or reverse their blood flow. He can create electromagnetic fields strong enough to lift hundreds of thousands of tons, and has the ability to direct his magnetic powers inward and increase his physical attributes like his strength, durability, and speed and reaction time. He can create powerful magnetic force fields for protection, shoot powerful blasts of electricity or magnetic energy, and generate powerful EMP pulses. Then even though Magneto's primary power is control magnetism, he's also able to manipulate any form of energy on the electromagnetic spectrum. However, it is more difficult for Magneto to manipulate other forms of energy, so he usually only uses magnetism. So that's what we got in one corner, Master of Magnetism, Magneto. But entering the ring, ruler of Latveria, Dr. Doom. Master of Science and Sorcery, Victor Von Doom is the monarch of Latveria and seeks the betterment of mankind through world conquest. Unequaled, unrivaled in every manner, Dr. Doom has had many conflicts with earthly and cosmic super beings, but he will always be known as the eternal nemesis of Reed Richards and the Fantastic Four. Dr. Doom's most dangerous weapon is his genius-level intellect, as he is easily one of the top mortal minds on the planet. Doom has constructed hundreds of devices, including a working time machine, devices that give people superpowers, and many different types of robots, with the most common being his Doombots. These androids are designed to look, act, and think like Doom, and even actually believe that they are Doom. Dr. Doom specializes in physics, robotics, cybernetics, genetics, weapons technology, and strategy and manipulation. He has a great skill in the mystic arts as well, which comes from his mother's Roma heritage. Dr. Strange considers Doom to be one of the most powerful sorcerers in the world, and even a possible sorcerer supreme. His knowledge of spellcraft might even surpass Strange, but Doom himself considers scientific abilities to be more important. Dr. Doom can do things like fire mystical bolts, create force fields, travel through dimensions, open portals, and evoke mystical entities. Doom's armor contains many different gadgets and is even on par with Iron Man's armor. The suit can lift nearly 100 tons, is incredibly durable, contains wrist rockets and laser blasters, can generate powerful electric shocks, and has incredible force fields, where Doom can attack even when the force field is up. So who wins? Well, let's break it down. Now these are two of the most iconic, and really two of the most powerful villains that Marvel has. Not only are they super interesting and complex characters, but they're also easily powerful enough to battle against whole teams by themselves. As Magneto has fought against both the X-Men and the Avengers before, Dr. Doom has regularly gone up against the Fantastic Four and battled against the Avengers as well. But the question is, who's coming out on top here? Well, this fight isn't as much about physicality, strength, speed, things like that. Really, it just comes down to Eric's metal electromagnetic control versus Doom's magic and his kinda insane power armor. And the problem is, both of these villains could take down the other one almost immediately. Now, if Magneto's mastery over magnetism, he could essentially end this fight with just one quick move. Dr. Doom is literally wearing a suit of metal armor all around him, while Eric has complete and total control over all metal. You can kind of put two and two together there. With just a flick of his wrist, Magneto could literally crush Doom like a tin can. On top of that, Magneto can control an opponent's blood flow, like when he reversed the Avengers' blood flow, overpowered Hercules, and he's induced amnesia, paralysis, seizures, or strokes. Eric has even tore enemies to pieces before and caused them to explode. Then if Magneto really wanted to, he could just throw Doctor Doom into orbit, as he's done this multiple times before. Really, Magneto is just insanely powerful. Hell, he's even manipulated a Celestial before. That's insane. But on the other hand, like we said, Doom is powerful enough to beat Magneto with one shot as well, especially with his magic. Dr. Doom is one of Marvel's greatest sorcerers. He's actually traveled through both time and space to learn the dark arts from sorcerers throughout the ages. He's trained under Doctor Strange as well, and Doom has shown he's able to cast magic that crippled Sentry, and he summoned the Mindless Ones before to battle against both the Fantastic Four and the Avengers. Doom was also magically teleported, manipulated matter, telepathically attacked people, turned all people's powers or combined other powers with his own, and he's even sent people back in time to the dawn of man. And as powerful as Magneto is, he really has no counter for Doctor Doom in these magical attacks. And that kind of puts us in a conundrum here. Because if both villains are able to take the other one down essentially one good and well-placed attack, then how do we decide who wins? Well, we gotta look at their durability, the ability to counter said attacks, and even just their sheer versatility and things like that. Well, Magneto has actually blocked attacks from Doctor Doom in his armor before, and with his magnetic shields, he's also blocked attacks from Iron Man, Ghost Rider, Thor, Hercules, and even Phoenix. These shields are also active even if they're not visible, and they'll block heat that's hotter than the sun, and blasts from weapons that can punch through planets. So Magneto is going to be able to easily withstand up to a lot of attacks that Doctor Doom can send his way with his armor. I mean, like we said, Magneto has already blocked attacks from Doom and blasts from his armor before. But the problem is, Magneto really has no direct counter for Doctor Doom and his magic. While on the other hand, Doctor Doom has actually shown that he's got counters for Magneto and his powers of magnetism. Now, it might seem weird that a guy in a metal suit can actually counter and beat a guy who can control and manipulate metal. But this is Dr. Doom we're talking about here. Dr. Doom. Don't take him lightly. His force fields have made him impervious to Magneto's mutant abilities in the past. And even when Eric thought he was going to be able to crush Doom in his armor, Doom had just reversed his armor's magnetic polarity, so able to absorb the attack and send it back at Eric. Now, Magneto can still do things like drive a mountain on top of Doom, and he can just do something like shoot Doom off into outer space. But here's the thing, his armor is actually straight up durable enough to take these attacks from Magneto. I mean, he's actually taking attacks from the Hulk and Scar, survived shots from Thanos, and was able to just quickly cast a magical healing spell when he was actually injured by Scar. He's even started attacks from Celestials before. On top of that, Doctor Doom can just teleport out of the way of attacks, as he's able to create portals, teleport in mid-combat, and even magically teleport. The armor's even got its own personal air supply, so Doom will just be able to survive out in outer space if Magneto is able to throw him out there. Then he can just teleport back. So Dr. Doom has actually shown he's got counters for Magneto and his attacks, while Eric doesn't have a counter for Victor and his magic. That's actually a huge advantage for Doom right there. On top of that, Doom is more versatile as well. Now, don't get me wrong, Magneto is incredibly versatile. On top of his ability to just control metal, he's able to control the iron in someone's blood, able to fly, manipulate magnetic fields, manipulate electricity, and even generate electricity himself. And he has so much precision, he's able to manipulate iron on the atomic level, ionize the air, and disperse ice into both hydrogen and oxygen atoms. However, like we've already mentioned a lot of these attacks aren't going to be able to get past Doctor Doom's personal force field, considering they blocked his mutant powers before. But Doctor Doom has so much versatility and range that is not even funny. He's got knockout gas that put both the Hulk and the Fantastic Four to sleep. He's got personal energy adapters built into his armor that can siphon the power from others, an electro paralyzer that has stunned Thor, miniature paralysis gun that paralyzes the Thing, and even has the ability to manipulate time, throwing time shift bombs that send the Fantastic Four 2 seconds into the past, and he can even activate his time cube from his armor. But I think Doctor Doom's greatest asset in this fight has got to be his magical attacks. I can say that Magneto really has no direct counter for this. Doctor Strange actually considers Doom as one of the most likely candidates to be the new Sorcerer Supreme. Doom and Strange together have banished Mephisto. Doom has battled against Wiccan, who is a surprisingly powerful sorcerer, and he's even destroyed the Marquise of Death before. And finally, more than likely, Doctor Doom's already come up with an extensive plan on how to take down Magneto. I mean, he has splinters of the True Cross in his armor just on the off case that he happened to fight with Dracula, because he knew they would eventually clash, while him and Eric know each other well and have already clashed on multiple occasions. Magneto is obviously an insanely powerful threat. It will take on whole teams by himself, block blasting beings like the Phoenix, and use his magnetism to even manipulate Celestials. But I don't actually think he can beat Doctor Doom here, even though Doom is wearing a metal suit. Doom has shown that he can cancel out or block Eric's mutant powers. He's got a ton of versatility like sonic disruptors, electro paralyzers, knockout gas, and time circuitry. And there's magic that's allowed him to take down the Avengers and battle against Mephisto. Doctor Doom is just too much to handle here, and he's coming out on top. Doctor Doom wins. But what do y'all think? I would love to hear your thoughts. Sign off in the comments down below. Also, be sure hit that like button, the subscribe button, turn on notifications, join the Fanco army, and I will see you next time.